another episode of the Nightcap Show. And I'm saying we are becoming normalized, so to speak, about these unfortunate situations where even when we're talking about them, there's no empathy, there's no feelings. It's just another day we're sharing information. And the words, the choice of words that we use to bring across or to bring forth awareness to the situation is distasteful. And that could just be because it's something that we have now grown accustomed to. And why are we immune to this? Because it is happening too often. So I'm not going to deliberate on it because it's heart wrenching, and it is just sad. Welcome to Designed to Inspire with your host, me, Charlene Clark Cura. You are on the program, Nightcap program, and of course, you would have seen the topic for today. And if you haven't, let me remind you, the material mindset is it the root cause of soulless actions. And this is what we're going to discuss for our moment now in time. Now, to participate, please participate. Let us have this discussion. To participate, you may WhatsApp me, whether you choose to text, but I prefer a call because viewers, at the end of the show continues into the next day and the next day and the next day. So let us participate here. Yes. Um, sometimes it's challenging to read the text while I'm doing the show. So if you want to call, call. And if you want to share your text, yes, you may WhatsApp me, but also you can share your views in the chat box here. And let us have a discussion about it. I'm sure you all have your own opinions on these topics. Let us share. And of course, it's just opinion. It's not factual. I'm not bringing you facts here unless I'm reading something from a survey or, research. But we're sharing opinion. Don't be afraid to share your opinion. Welcome to the Design to Inspire program. Now, material acquisition. It is something that I perhaps spoke about some time ago, but not at length. Probably while discussing some other topics, it would have been mentioned, but not in details. Welcome, Lena. Welcome, Stephen. Now, welcome to the program. Please remember to participate. Now, when I talk about material acquisition, we first have to clarify the different types of material things that we need, so to speak. Yes? So I'm not talking about necessities, or maybe I'm talking about necessities, but it's the level, right? For example, we're told that based on Maslow's hierarchy of need, we're told that our basic needs are food, shelter, to feel love and safety, water, those type of things. Those who do psychology will know. So if I say necessity, I'm talking about, welcome, Andrea. Tell me where you are viewing from. Are you viewing from home? Are you viewing from work? Now, when I say necessities, what I'm talking about, yes, we need house, or we need a shelter. We need a shelter, but naturally it doesn't have to be a 20 bedroom house. So that's the difference. So when I'm saying material acquisition, I'm talking about those things that are not needs, but are in fact wants. And are we running this race, and let me say a rat race, to acquire these things? And we're going to talk about it somewhat. To acquire these things that are not necessities, but they are to fulfill a particular desire. And Is it because of the zest, right? To acquire these things why we behave the way we to really analyze, or if they're whatever it is that they're advertising, it all talks about money. If there is an advertisement about toothpaste, let's talk about, I don't know why toothpaste came to mind, but if there is an advertisement about toothpaste, naturally you have different types, and they're going to advertise the one that costs the most. All right, let's go to Amazon. Most of us shops on Amazon, right? And if you look at the reviews, because I've been observing these things. If you look at the reviews, if you have a camera or a phone, let's say you have a phone, and you look at the reviews based on the type of phone, right? You will find that the cheaper type always carry the lowest reviews. And after today, I want you to just do some checks on it. You'll find that the cheaper type of phones always carries the lowest reviews. But as soon as the price increase, you get better reviews on the product. This is my opinion based on my observation. Because it is said, or it is believed, that if the thing is expensive, it is of better quality, which is not true in its entirety. Now, food or advertisement on food, you'll realize that you're talking about the best place to go, the best meals to eat, and it comes with money. And so most of us know, after that advertisement, oh, I want to go to nightcap restaurant. That sounds good. I might implement one. What do you think about that? A nightcap restaurant, right? Right? And so as soon as we watch the advertisement or it comes across to us, we used to go to a restaurant down the road, that we could afford. But as soon as the advertisements say, well, then the nightcap restaurant is the best restaurant to go because they have the best quality food and they have the best quality people who will serve well and all these things, as soon as the advertisement is done, we are ready to go to the nightcap restaurant, and immediately we will forget the restaurant down the road. And even after going to the nightcap restaurant and realizing that the food is not as good as the restaurant down the road, we are not going to revert to going back to the restaurant down the road, because now we want to be at this restaurant that the advertisement is telling us where to go. And I could continue in that spate. Why do you think we do these things? Why do you think we reach out to grab at the material things because we're told that these are the things that you should have? Because we want to feel that sense of belonging. And let me repeat it. Because we want to feel that sense of belonging. Remember, 1-876-367-0127. You can call me via WhatsApp there, or 1-876-367-0127. You can WhatsApp me there or simply use the chat. Without understanding that, or materialistic, or this is a materialistic world that we're living in. If you're going to school, if you're going to college, if you're going to university, the powers that be will tell you which school, which college, which university to go to. And it is always those that carry the highest price. And those are the schools and the universities our children aspire to go to, because they are told that these are the institutions that they should go to. Mind you, it doesn't mean that they are going to leave the best entrepreneur. It doesn't mean that they're going to leave the best pilot. result. It doesn't mean that they're going to leave with the best degree. However, it doesn't mean that they're going to be paid the highest at an organization that has a number of other graduates from other universities. It doesn't mean that because they left a particular university that they were told to attend means that their salary is going to be higher. However, they aspire to go there because this is what society tells them. Food, it goes the same for clothes, it goes the same for house. Since us, again, since and some of viewers, let us participate today because I mean, I started out on a sad note, but if you listen to some of the stories, and I will not repeat many of them because I don't know, I'm listening to various media sources. So I don't know for myself what is the actual story. So if you listen to some of the story why this mother and her four children lost their lives, you'll hear, money issue, that kind of issue, that kind of issue. But think, and some of us don't have to think for too long. Think how many times some persons would have done something wrong, all in the name of acquiring something that society tell them that it's the best thing to have. Whether it is that they had to do lottery scamming, whether it is that they had to steal, whether they had to lie, whatever it is. But think, and that is what is happening to our society. You see, we cannot fix the problem on the surface. Like I was having a conversation with a colleague of mine, and the question was asked, why is this happening? Why is this happening? How do you think we can? Well, before the why. No, the question was asked, how do you think we can fix this? We have to send the children to our army-like schools so that they can, learn how to respect our authority, learn how to be civil. We have to do, but we cannot do anything to fix this problem where our people have become immune to things that needs empathy until we know why. It's the why that is going to enable us to fix these things until we know why. And when we find out why, are we ready to do the fixing? Because many times the why is going to determine how we advertise. The why is going to determine how we engage. The why is going to determine how we raise our children. The why is going to determine how we operate as adults. So, this is one of the reasons, and again, I keep saying it's my opinion. I've not done any research, any study, right? It's just based on observation. This is one of the reason it's not being fixed because a lot of us will not understand the why or will not want to treat with the why because the why is going to require us to undo so many things that we have done. And to undo so many things that we have done means that a number of persons will be losing their material acquisition. I'm reading a text here. Yes. What do you think about that, listeners? No. Yes, same degree. Same degree, same degree, same degree, same degree, same salary. Yes? No. A research was done some time ago. I don't have the statistics with me. But a research was done some time ago on why black men, and I'm not using race, it doesn't matter the race, but the research was done on why black men purchase these high-end material products. And based on the research, it was assumed that they want to feel that sense of belonging because black people have been oppressed for so long, and now that they feel as though they are now free, they want to feel a part or be seen as the successful individual by acquiring these things. And so as soon as a black man gets wealthy, or you don't even need to be wealthy, but acquire some money that can help him to purchase that high-end vehicle or clothing or whatever it is, he's going to do so. Because what are you willing to do to improve your status? What are the things that you are that? But the Bible says, and we can't go wrong, yes? For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Many of us are not thinking about that. It's okay. It's okay. It's my life. And we're not even concerned about life anymore. We're concerned about the moment, here and now. And the here and now is what matters to us. We need to do it differently. Now, listen, material acquisition cannot make you happy. And that is why so many persons, so many persons, so many persons, and there's no need to repeat names here, would have committed suicide. So many persons whom we sit and listen to or watch on our televisions or whichever social media platform and say, well, then I wish I was like him or I wish I was like her, because they seem to be happy with all these things, because in the public sphere, they're wearing the most expensive things and they're smiling. But behind closed doors, they're unhappy. No, listen. If you're not already wealthy, because I don't know your financial status here, but if you're not already wealthy, if you become wealthy tomorrow, I guarantee that you will begin to attract some other type of people. Again, let me repeat it. You don't even have to go there to say, well, then I'm wealthy and I need you for my friend, I need you for my... They will automatically come to you. You become a magnet. You will become a magnet. If you become wealthy tomorrow, you will begin to attract some different type of people whom you would have only seen in your dream, wish that you could have sit at the table with them. You begin to attract those type of persons with unbeknownst to you. And if you are wealthy and you become, if you believe in poor, because that's another thing, right? I don't believe in it, and I'll explain shortly. If you believe in poor, if you lose all that wealth, you will begin to lose those persons immediately. Immediately. Without a doubt, immediately. Why? Because the material acquisition does not enable happiness, true friends, and even status. It is all a facade. It is all make-believe. But to get there will derail your character. Again, the material things that we so desire, because the society tells us that these are the things that are worthwhile having, it doesn't mean that you're going to be happy, right? It doesn't mean that you're going to be happy. It does not mean that you're going to have genuine friends. You will have a number of persons around you, yes, and they will come to your party and you will go to theirs, and they will come and eat with you and dine with you, right? Yes. And they will share their space with you, likewise you sharing your space with them, yes, because you have the wealth. But as soon as you begin to lose that wealth, or if you lose that wealth, you're going to lose them. But your character will remain the same, and this is the why that we have to look at, because what did you do to get to that wealth? What did you do to get to that space? When you lose the wealth, that will remain with you. And so we become disloyal. We become thieves. And while we're becoming these things, and then some more, we are gaining what we want, because we are doing these things to get to where we want to go. We get there. We get there. And so we have, the people around us, and we have the houses and the cars. But as soon as we begin to climb down the ladder and lose these material acquisition, we're going to lose the houses, the cars, the people, our family sometimes, our true friends sometimes. But your character that you built while you were climbing the ladder of success will remain with you. And that is the why. That is the why that we need to fix. Why is it that we are willing to do so many wrong things to get to the material things? Why? Why is it that we're willing to kill someone so that we can get something? Why is it that we're willing to lie on someone so that we can get something? Why is it that we're willing to be disloyal? Let's talk a little bit about the workplace. Why is it that we are willing to be so covetous against each other? Why is it that we're willing to be so bad mind, according to Jamaicans? Because we want to be the one who is seen and who is known and who is getting the most salary. Why? Because of the material acquisition, and the society told us that these are the things that will make you be. We feel like if we drive a big vehicle, and I'm not doing advertisement here for any company, so I won't call any specific brand, we now become respected. Let me share something with you. Let me share something with you, viewers. Again, if you want to participate, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Richard. If you want to participate, not if, please participate. Remember, the number to call via WhatsApp is 1-876-367-0127, or you can share right here in the chat. But let me share this with you, viewers, and this is my story. I have many stories, yes. I was once, some time ago in my life, right? I had a truck, right? And I was stopped by the cops on my way to, work one morning. And, the truck, they knew the vehicle because of it traversing the route regularly. Plus, I had a little way with how I drive, and I'm not saying anything else apart from that. But anyways, they they stopped me one morning, and when they stopped me, they approached the truck, and they said to me, okay, you were going such and such a speed. Do you want to see the speed gun? I'm always telling them no. I'm okay, no. I'm telling them no, but then I'm asking them for a blind. Because I'm not about to say, oh no, your speed gun is broken and all these things. I'm not about to say that. But then he looked in the truck and he saw that it was a manual vehicle. And he said to me, oh, is that stick shift? So I nodded and I said, yes. And then because of the type of vehicle it was, the brand vehicle, his second, well, it's not a statement, his question to me was, oh, so I am man by this for you, And that was coming from a cop. Now, viewers, I'm not the person, never has been, never will be, never has been, who will waste energy to justify anything about me to you. Because I realize in life that if you form your opinion of me, I'll be wasting time. You will have to change your opinion of me in your own time. And it will not take me telling you to do it. It will take my actions. Again, if someone form their opinion, an opinion about you, and that is why you will have people going to and from, oh, I'm not that type of person, oh, I'm not that type of person, and the person not, they will have to change their opinion of you in their own time. That to me, I responded by saying, oh, that's what you think? And his follow-up response was, yeah man buy you this. So I said, okay. And I did not feel any pain. I did not feel any hurt. No, viewers, I worked. Before I got that truck, let me give you the story behind the truck. Before I got that truck, my car was stolen. And I decided that, you know what? I'm going to get a truck and I'm going to get a particular brand because I know that it's going to be expensive for persons to, buy a tire, whatever it is, to even take it to the garage for servicing. It's going to be expensive. So I'm going to get a truck this time, something that no one would want to steal. And I sat in my office and I went through the process, and it was by alone. I went through the process alone, as alone. Alone, I purchased my vehicle alone. It wasn't cash, of course, I got a loan, but I did it. And a number of persons knowing how they acquire their things, and someone standing there thinking that they're not good enough or they're not capable enough. Not only that they're not capable enough, I guess because I am a female, and to be driving that, it must be a male who had bought it for me. And so many persons would be hurt. But I understood. I understood. And I said to him, if that's what you feel, that's fine. No, I didn't say that. I said that. I asked him the question, that's how you feel? And he said, yeah, man. Yeah, your man buy you that, man. And my next response was, okay. Of course, I didn't get a ticket or anything, but I said that part because many times, and then with this vehicle came a lot of expenses. When I stop at a fruit shop, if usually I would purchase 6 bananas for, let's say, $3 US. Let's put it in US dollars, yes? When I stop there with the vehicle, it is $9 US. When I go to the market, and people who know me, just because of the vehicle that I'm driving, I am spending way more for the item. When there is a tire issue and I have to change a tire, and if someone is assisting me, I have to pay for that. If I stop and ask for direction just by the vehicle I'm driving, and I stop and ask for direction, I have to buy that person who is giving me the direction. I have to buy him the entire. I have to. I have to purchase food for his entire family, for him wife and kids and everybody in the home, just because of the vehicle. And that is what I experience, because people know, use this material, that this vehicle, to decide or to determine what you can afford. Let me hear from you who perhaps been going through the same thing. They use this to determine what you can afford. And so many of us, when we get in that space, we are living way above our means, because, our mortgage, or should I say, yes, our mortgage is far less, or home mortgage is far less than the mortgage that we're paying on our vehicles. And we're okay with that because we want to keep up with the Jones. Let's talk about when we move into various spaces. As soon as the assumption or the perception of who this individual is not done by the individual's character anymore. The assumption is done because of the individual's material acquisition. And that is a big problem that we're faced with in today's society. And this is one of the reasons we are having such challenges with our young people, our young minds. Because everything that we see now on the media is telling us that you have to wear this particular brand, you have to eat this particular food, you have to be making this particular amount of money, you have to live in this particular neighborhood, and so you have to keep these particular types of friends. And even though many of us are not able to do so, what do? We move out of our space that determine true character and move into a space that is going to defame our character, just so that we can acquire the things that society tells us will make us feel that sense of belonging. Let me share some of what my viewers are sharing here. Kirk, Rob, welcome. Kirk Rob says, million% on the point. Thank you. We know it, Kirk. We do. We know it. It's nothing new. We know it. We know it. And so tomorrow, when you wake up and you hear that an entire family lost their lives because of money or because of, we are surprised. And then it happened again a month after. Why? Because we are not treating the reason for these things to be happening. We're not treating the reason. We are just skirting around the issue. We are just skirting around the issue. A student, a student is telling a teacher, well, teach, you go to college, you go to high school and get CXCs. You go to college and get your college degree. And you come sit it. And this is, listen, this is a true story, yeah? This is a true story. Yes, I'm not just making it up. So the student tell the teacher, teach, you got to school and got your CXCs. Then you spend a lot of money, go to college to get your degree. And now you're in this classroom teaching me. Look at what you're driving. Look at what you're driving. And I, a 15-year-old, can purchase 10 times what you're driving. Why? Because of the things that he's willing to do to get the material things that will tell him or make him feel like, yes, I belong, that sense of belonging. Here's another share for you. So I had an well, I was told once, or maybe twice, or maybe more, that, oh, why don't you change your vehicle? Because now I'm driving, a car. Not cheap, not expensive at all. What you would call cheap, but I call comfortable. I'm not paying the car loan. I don't have to spend twice as much as what I paid for the car to buy a tire. Yes? When I go to the supermarket, or to the market, not the supermarket, when I go to buy fruits, I am not paying 10 times as much for the fruit because of my vehicle. So comfortable. And I was asked once, why don't you change your vehicle? I mean, you're doing so much things. You're trading, you're a motivational, inspirational speaker. You're going here, you're going there. You need a vehicle that represents what you do. So now I am supposed to get out of this comfort zone where I'm not being pressured financially, to get into a zone where no, I need to have people, because it's not for me, That statement was not for me. It's for people to look on and say, wow, look at her. Look at what she drives. Because I don't get it. I don't get it. Because they're not helping to pay the loan, the car note. They're not helping to pay the insurance. They're not helping to pay the bill when you have to do service when you have to service the vehicle. I don't get it. And all that is done by them is that you have their heads turning when you're driving. And viewers, most of the times when we are driving, it's those persons who want now to get these material things whose heads will be turned, not those who already have it. You see, those who were once in our shoe before we got them. It makes practically no sense. And so we lose our soul and do so many things that are wrong in the sight of God and man to acquire these things. And then we say that it can't be fixed. Children are becoming murderers. It can't be fixed. Families are becoming murderers. It can't be fixed. The workplace is no longer a place where you can get a peace of mind. It can't be fixed. We are saying it can't be fixed because we are not ready to treat with the why. We are not ready to treat with the why. Because to treat with the why means that we will have to take some drastic actions. And many of us who need to implement things that can fix these issues. are those who are keeping up with the Jones themselves, which means that they will have to also lose their material acquisition. Talk to me. Viewers, talk to me. I come here with a pain in my heart today because we have been skirting around the real issues. We have been skirting far too long. And too many people are talking, how could this happen in a lovely land of wood and water? And our people are so nice and calm and loving. Jamaica land we love. How could this be? How could it be? When you are the ones who are telling the people that, listen, no longer you can eat this but eat that. No longer you can live here but live there. And if you live here, you have to ensure that if you want to get certain job, you have to change your address on your application letter. Listen, we have to fix this. Collectively, we have to fix it. And we can't be pointing fingers. And it does not take a rocket scientist to see what is happening. It doesn't. When a child goes to school and you're sending your child in the highest, children have phones that could pay my mortgage. And you're sending them to school with these things. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think? It's one or two things. They're going to be robbed and someone harm them just for the phone because now they're profiling that they have a $300,000 phone. Or they're going to grow up not appreciating the simple things in life that really truly matters. And they're going to be doing things to ensure that when you, the parent, cannot purchase the $300 phone, somebody else can. Welcome, Sue. And to share, Sue says, we have long lost our values as a society. It's all about material things and maintaining a status quo. Know yourself and be true to who you are. You are not defined by what others expect of you. And that is something that I've always been saying. If you're on my LinkedIn page, you will see that. If you're on my TikTok page, you will see that. If you're on my Facebook page, you will see that. Where is the character that should define the man? Where, I don't know. I woke up this morning realizing that the character was replaced with materialism. So no longer does the character define the man. It's the material acquisitions. I have respect for you because you have these things. But the moment you lose these things, I lose my respect for you. Richard, welcome. And Richard shares, that's why a lot of people do everything possible to attain these material things, to try to get a seat at the table. Which table? You're so right, but which table? The table that you should be sitting around should be a table of character. Listen, no longer do we don't have to follow the crowd. What happens when you follow crowd? There is a potential for a stampede. Peace of mind, character should determine the man. Not what you can get and what you do to get what you get. Because we have a way to tell our children that, listen, if you go to school, you study, and you come out, it makes life easier for you. And that is the biggest lie we can tell them. And so when they realize that in reality, life is hard, they will lose their souls to make it easy. because we tell them that if they get the degree, and they did get it, if they got a good job and they did get it, life will be easy. Life is never easy. Was never meant to be. For Jesus, those of you who believe in him, it wasn't easy for him, and he was a perfect being. How then could it be easy for us? Think about these things logically. I came with a pain in my heart. Someone, somewhere, if you're listening, and viewers, if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe and share. Someone somewhere needs to hear this, needs to understand what we need to do to fix this problem. And it will take a coming together to fix it. If you are good at doing bad, you can be great at doing good. I think that's something that I can write. If you're good at doing bad, you can be great at doing good. If we begin to shift the paradigm and change the things that we put out there in the atmosphere, our people, our young minds, our vulnerable people will have nothing to choose but the goodness of the society. But if most of what we're sharing out there is tainted, and not only that, when they participate in some of these things on social media, they're liked and they're paid huge sums, it will continue to encourage the soulless actions. I was doing an engagement, and you're right about the values. So, I was doing an engagement with a group of young persons, and I asked them to define respect. And respect, I find, is a word that they have of challenge defining, because they really do not understand the trueness of respect or what it means. They don't. Poor things. They don't. And I gave them a scenario, and, you know, we discussed it a little bit, and then I asked, based on the scenario that I gave you, if you see me acting in a particular way, doing some things, would you still have respect for me? Standing before you today, engaging you in this way. And as I walked in the room and among the young ones, I heard someone talking, and he said something about it's like they ensure that they're doing and whatnot. And I said yes, and I continued walking. But you know, like cartoon, when the cat falling from the cliff, like when the cat is in mid-air to fall, he's still running in mid-air until he realized that he's no longer grounded, and that's when the fall begins. It was like that for me, because I heard the ensure, and I said, okay, yes. And then it clicked, like 10 minutes after. And I was, what did you say? And then the entire room began laughing. Because, you know, we know the ensure challenge, they call it. You see how easy it was to get so many young females, students doing it, adults doing it, grandmas doing it. You saw how easy it was to get them to do that. No, what do you think would happen if those who have the power to influence these minds change what we put out there? What do you think will happen? Let us look at the why and stop skirt around. We cannot fix anything unless we fix the why it is happening. And it's the things that we're telling them. It's the things that we're doing. It's the things that we're showing. I bet you, if you go to a young boy who has never seen $10,000, just 10,000 Jamaican dollars in his life, and you give him $10,000, I bet you he's going to use it to buy a shoe. Or a pants. I don't even know what a pair of shoe costs these days, or a pants. Yes, but I bet you he's going to buy something that has some type of name, so he can put it on so that his friend can see him and say, what? Because that is what we tell them to do. So let us look at the why. Let us look at the why we are engaged in soulless actions. I'm winding down now. We're almost almost at the end of the show. But usually at the end, I ask for you to, in your own space, in your own time, think about it. And if it makes sense to you, because I am not saying that you should do as I say, I'm sharing my opinion. But most of the times, it's because of what I want. And you're stopping me from getting it. Or it's because of what you have. And I want what you have. Because it's appealing. Because society tell me that I must have that in order to feel that sense of belonging. And you have it and I don't have it. I'm going to find a way to get it from you because I can't get it no other way. And that is what is happening. So we have to fix the why. We have to understand the why. Let me rephrase that. We have to understand the why before we can fix the problem, before we can find a solution. So the solution cannot be found until we understand the why. And when we understand the why, we have to also understand that some of us will have to step down off our ladder and come down to ground level. Be real. Because we're living in an unreal world. We share some false ideals for our young ones. And even when we have the opportunity to be real and give clarity, we refuse to do so. So until we begin to analyze the why, we will never find a solution. And what happened a few days ago will continue to happen. Whether it's in Jamaica, whether it's in United States of America, whether it's in Russia, whether it's in England, it does not matter where, it will continue to happen. Stephen, welcome. Yes, more positive challenges instead of those that benefit or help no one. Our society is more drawn to ridiculous activities. Everyone is eager to do it. Kirk, if we don't address the problem, we won't have a solution. I want to thank you, viewers, for taking the time out to sit and listen to me. And if you think I sound mad, I mean, yes, I can give you the method to my madness. But sometimes we have to step away from, the fun and laughter and get serious because we are living in a serious. You know the song? You're living in a serious time. I can't sing. Don't make the devil blow your mind. Time so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. It's only in the Father, I put my trust. Woo! Yes, that's the song. Time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. All over the world. Yes, all over the world. So let us come together, spread the message, begin to look at the why, and begin to do things differently. Yeah. The Soulless Actions, and someone, saw the ad and reached out to me and put a question mark, says Soulless Action. Could you explain this? And after I did it, I understand, But the soulless activities that are happening around us across the globe, it's because of the need for the material possessions that the society tells us that we must have in order to belong, to be seen, to be heard, to be respected. Thank you so very much. You have been listening to your host, Charlene Clark. You are right here on the Design to Inspire the NICAP program. Next week, we will be here. Same place, same time. Naturally, a different story. And listen, viewers, if you have a story that you know and you want to share and you want to sit in and talk to me, just WhatsApp me and let me know and we can make it happen. Remember, the number to WhatsApp is 1-876-367-0127. 1-876-367-0127. If you have a story that you want to participate at the Nightcap show, WhatsApp me, let me know, and we will make it happen and we can have a discussion. But for now, this is where I take my leave. And as usual, be inspired.